welcome to the Buffalo Sports Zombie Sports Talk Radio Show. I am the Buffalo Sports Zombie, and I just want to give a quick shout out to the producer, Leo J. Squared, with all the great graphics at all the Buffalo Zombie. Oh, it's great, you. Great job on that. Before we get started, we're going to talk about Say Cheese on Grand Island, on Love Road on Grand Island. The owner is a friend of mine, Kevin Slaychek. And, dude, I just had a tuna club there the other day, and the bacon was the bomb. You've been there, right?
Oh man, I love that place. It's the food's always good. It's consistent. I always like the wings. Great atmosphere, and it's easy access right off the highway too. So yeah, place is awesome. And I like to support local so much better than going to some chain.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. One other thing too, it's technically this HE's comic book cafe, and you get comic book memorabilia, all superheroes. They got giant statues. Like, it's hilarious. Every time a new kid I see comes into the place and they look in and they see this freaking giant ass Hulk, and the jaw drops and the eyes get really big, and it just, I don't know. I think it's hilarious watching these kids react. And there's like interactive stuff too, like a talking Chewbacca that growls at you from Star Wars, and then R2D2's beeping and chirping and lighting up. But the whole atmosphere at that place is great. Kevin does a great job. All right, let's kick off the recap of last night's debacle against Detroit.
Brutal,
dude. Yeah, it was terrible. They just looked lackadaisical in that first period, man. It was like they were letting these guys, just like in the Anaheim game, on the power play, come right through towards the net, point blank, and they were in, the defenseman in the fort. They just let Lions hang out to dry. It was terrible. Yeah. So I don't know. We got our intensity back in the second period. It was very entertaining. Tage scored one, and they could have scored 6 goals. I mean, they were all over the place. They were just missing their little small windows in the upper right corner and left corners and stuff. And then if they weren't missing that, they were hitting it right in Gibson's chest, the goalie from Detroit. It was like, I don't know. I could feel the frustration because I was feeling frustrated just watching them. They should have scored 4 or 5 goals in that second.
The second, they compared to the first period, I felt like, man, they must have had a talking to or got themselves all amped up because they came out like ready to play. It's just unfortunate. Like they had so many close goals, but just couldn't close the deal. It was brutal.
Yeah, no, I totally agree that it's just like they've been playing one period like the last 3 games. It's like they play one good period, and it's sometimes in the past it bailed them out, but it didn't yesterday because the third was. And a lot of penalties, and I don't know, like that double major. We got to talk about that real quick. About when Tage got his stick lifted up and hit that, and the guy hit himself in the face with Tage's stick. Yeah, technically it was a penalty, and he did chip his own teeth. I don't think he did it on purpose to chip his own teeth, but he was savvy enough to lift up Tage's stick and hit him in the face. And you got to go by the rules, and that's unfortunate what happened, but it was a penalty.
It was a strategic move. I mean, you got to give the guy a lot of credit. I mean, he definitely took one for the team by, he lifted it with some serious force and blasted himself in the face, basically. But you're right. I mean, it was strategic. It was smart. And he paid the price for it too. So, but that gave them great momentum with that double minor.
Yeah, and that's the thing about that too, man. That just takes so much energy, and you could tell the rest of the period. I mean, they were playing good, but 4 minutes on the PK will kill your energy, man. It just drains you, So it was unfortunate. They were frustrated. I was frustrated. I think that's about it.
The Stanley effect. We were talking about that too. So
yeah, you're right. 2 dumb penalties. I know the guy's so big and goofy, man. I don't even think he meant to break the guy's stick, but he's so big and strong, man. When he came down and snapped it, it was unfortunate. But the dude, it's like he's got to be smarter. I know everybody wants to give him more leeway because he's the new guy. Okay, fine. But I think that's another thing too with the other team. They might know that he's not fitting in, and they might be picking on him too. I don't know. Oh, and another thing, power. Holy cow. You know how much I like his offensive prowess, but man, I'm telling you, he's got to start taking some block. He's got to block some pucks. And then him being held down in the crease there, dude, I was embarrassed for him. Dude, the only thing I can compare that to is like walking into a stable and seeing a horse get castrated. It was terrible. I mean, dude, it was sad. It was sad.
It is what it is. We'll focus on the Kraken tonight. I've got the DraftKings stats here. So the Sabres are favored -210 against the Seattle Kraken tonight. It's +1 or +172 on the DraftKings Sportsbook with an over/under set at 6.5.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll take the over again because I'm 3-0 in the last 3 games, even though, unfortunately, the Sabres aren't the victors, but I still have I've been 7 goals, so I'm 3-0 that way. So I'll take the over on that. How about you?
I was thinking I'm going 4-2 Sabres, but I've been wrong the past couple, and I was just looking at some different stats and stuff, so we'll see what happens. But the only other thing, I mean, and I know this isn't a complete game changer or anything, but Kraken hasn't played in a couple days, I think, and we know Buffalo, they were after it last night, but I think it's going to motivate them. I think last night they were pretty disappointed, it sounded like, in some of the post-game interviews I was watching. So I think they're going to come out tonight, fire it up, and make it happen.
Yeah, I do too. Seattle's record's 32-29-10. They're 500. They're out of the playoffs. I think this is exactly what the scheduling gods intended for the Sabres. Hopefully this will get us back on track playing our hockey. But they need 60 minutes. You can't just come out and expect to beat a professional team playing 20 out of 60 minutes. We need a full, complete game by everybody. Keep their heads in the game the whole time. Start laying some people out that are coming towards the net. And, that's another thing, too. Metza, we touched on this last show. Metza got shot down to Rochester. I want to bring him back up. Sid Ellis, have Lions and UPL, who's starting tonight, by the way. I'm glad Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen's playing. And sit Stanley a little bit, get Metza some playing time. We don't need that third goalie. And I just think that Metza, dude, he's played 38 games, and he's only been on the ice for 2 opposing goals against the Sabres, which is like the best on the team. I mean, he might be smaller, but I don't know. People, they don't fight a lot in the playoffs as much either, to be honest with you, except for maybe Tampa Bay, because, you got to take advantage of it. But our PK, we got to get a little stouter on the PK, the penalty kill. And our own power play's got to sharpen up a little bit, too. Our special teams has been killing us the last 3 games. So, anything else before we jet?
Yeah, maybe that's where Stanley's going to come in handy, too, right? When we get in those more physical situations. There haven't been a lot of fights like that Tampa Lightning game, man. That was like a free-for-all every 5 minutes or less, it seemed like. So I wish we had him then, but we'll have to see how it pans out. I'm interested to hear what Zombie Nation has to say too. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. But please drop some comments. We want to hear some feedback from out in the ether.
I totally agree with you. And like, subscribe, and share, and definitely put something in the comments so we can address something. Just for the Zombie Nation out there, we're going to get some different contributors and different sports coming on later in the year, but we're pretty much concentrated on hockey as of the moment. Hopefully we can win. Let's go Buffalo.
Yep, go Sabres.
Later, buddy.
Peace out.